Hello. Welcome to the Showboys Newscast, bringing you all news, no opinion. I'm Mike.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Chad.
Thank you for joining us. We got a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. But before we do, I'm watching the Browns game, and the Browns just got a personal foul penalty for throwing a Pittsburgh Steelers shoe down the field.
Seems legit.
It's pretty good.
Come on now. But yeah, here we are, Newscast. Jordan sitting in for Nick. He's feeling a little under the weather tonight. So yeah, glad to have you, Jordan. Ready to get into the news. I think Chad's starting us off tonight. What do you got for us?
So we have a little bit of DC news to start us off tonight. The Batman streaming date on HBO Max has been confirmed. During a recent interview, Warner Media CEO Jason Killer, I don't know how you say that. Looks like Killer. We'll go with Killer.
Yeah, it sounds cool. pretty gnarly.
Sounds pretty Gotham.
Yeah. Confirmed that the Batman will premiere on HBO Max following a 40-day stint in theaters. This is a noticeably a deviation from Warner Media's 2021 policy of making every released movie available on HBO Max the same day as the theatrical release. In October of 2021, the decision was made to return to theatrical exclusives, creating a 40-day window where films would be unavailable to stream. This makes kind of sense to me for Batman. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if they were going to do it for a movie, this would be the right one to hop in, you know?
Agreed. Much like Spider-Man was for MCU.
Right. So Killer recognizes that while some viewers have grown accustomed to the instant streaming availability, that ultimately the ability to stream a film 46 days after its release is much sooner than the previous norm of 8 to 9 months before a film would hit streaming services. 46 days, quote, is a huge change from where things were in 2018, 2017, 2016. And in addition to The Batman, Black Adam, The Flash, and Elvis will be arriving on HBO Max on day 46 following theatrical release.
Yeah, this is some pretty cool news. Like the article said, the norm 8 to 9 months is a very long time. I mean, that's like bringing a baby to term before a movie leaves theater and is available on streaming service. 45 days. That's a good middle ground, I think. I wasn't a huge fan of the same day streaming, just because I love going to the theater. I feel like movies should be seen in the theater because they're intended to be, they're filmed to be watched in a theater.
Yeah. Hard to disagree, but we'll save that for an episode.
All right, so Showboy's looking for a new co-host. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like 45 days. I mean, you still got that 45-day window just to see it in theaters, but it kind of appeases everyone, I think.
Yeah, I can get behind
this particular movie is going to do really well in theaters, and it's going to have a great follow-up on the HBO release as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's personally, I get jacked just thinking about watching in the theater and at home. I'm pretty excited.
Right.
Yeah. I am excited for the Batman and the Pattinson man. The Patton man?
Pattinson.
The Battinson. There you go.
There you go.
Did you make that up? Because I really hope you made that up.
No. It is one of those things that I how Batfleck kind of just came to the world. I feel like everyone just decided on Pattinson. Like everyone thought of it, and it just naturally happened.
Yeah.
Nice. I feel like moving forward, anytime they cast a Batman, that has to be like in the consideration.
Yeah. Does the name flow? Well,
yeah. Can we
jawline? Does the name flow?
Yeah.
It's.
But speaking of Batman, more DC news here. Michael Keaton is to appear in the Batgirl film. Keaton looks to be reprising his role as Batman. Previously, Adil El Arbi and why? Just Bilal Falah directors of
Good
Batgirl stated that Batgirl would feature the, quote, real Batman. Upon analyzing Warner Bros. Official 2022 movie preview kit, one will notice that Michael Keaton has been confirmed to appear in Batgirl and suggests he may be playing the role of Batman. Obviously, because he was Batman before, he's going to show up as Batman in the new Flash movie. So just makes sense. Batgirl will also star Leslie Grace as Barbara Gordon, J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, and Brendan Fraser as Firefly. Batgirl's producer stated the following: "With Batgirl, we hope to take the audience on a ride and see a different side of Gotham." Cool. I'm here for the... Yeah, you can't do it with Michael Keaton. The cat?
No,
man?
you can't.
No. Okay.
It's Bilal Falah is like fa la 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 la. That name is amazing. So this is like where it starts going off the deep end for me again on DC, where like it's like, okay, so it's gonna be the Batgirl from the Batfleck universe.
And
not the Pattinson one.
And J.K. Simmons is going to be in this, and he was in, the Snyderverse, right?
Exactly. So are we going to get rid of it? Or are we not going to get rid of it? If we want to go on, let's move on. That's fine. It was what it was, and I enjoyed it. Let's go on to whatever you need to go back to. But stop messing with me, man.
Yeah. They're just trying to find their footing, I think.
Yeah. Is it possible? It's
No.
definitely very, very possible. And
not if Warner is in charge.
It's true. Yeah.
But yeah, well, we shall see. I'm excited for all these two movies we talked about, even though they're coexisting in different universes apparently. For now, yeah, exactly. But we got some gaming news now, actually quite a bit, so I'm excited for this. The first one though is kind of a bummer. If you're still looking to pick up a Nintendo Switch, we have some bad news for you. The Nintendo president confirmed supply chain issues from 2021 will still be lingering into 2022. Thanks to the pandemic, there's a global semiconductor shortage, along with just about every other thing you could possibly think of shortage, which is leading to hard to find electronics and laughable price tags when you're shopping from a third-party site. This issue is nothing new to gamers who've been dealing with shortages of all the major systems for the past year or longer. But beyond video games, cars, phones, and refrigerators have all become... Sorry. Oh God, I'm dying.
Wow.
So have you guys ever been in mid-sentence and your throat just literally become the Sahara Desert?
No. It seems to be a common theme for you, but...
That just happened to me. Out of nowhere. I'm gonna get you
a mute button for Christmas, I think.
Yeah. I don't ever know when it's gonna happen. So I was doing fine, get right in the middle of the sentence, and then it's like
just
I swallowed a handful
icon,
of sand.
Watching the icon vibrate to the cough is just the best thing. It's just the best thing. I can't.
Okay, so anyways, cars, phones, refrigerators, video games.
Oh my.
All been comparatively scarce for the last year or whatever, or expensive due to the semiconductor shortage. So best of luck hunting down that OLED Switch in 2022, or PS5, or Xbox, or a graphics card, or apparently sheets of plywood at Home Depot, which still haven't gotten the two I need.
All right.
Or ivermectin. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Moving on here. Breath of the Wild is named the best video game of all time. Results of a poll performed by TV Asahi in Japan showed that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the greatest game of all time. The 50,000 poll participants felt strongly about Zelda and other, quote, retro games, with them making up a majority of the top 10. Anytime you make a top 10 list, there's sure to be detractors, like those who say Breath of the Wild isn't even the best Zelda game, let alone the best game ever. The list does point to the overall success of the Switch is having in Japan. 40% of the top games belong to the console. Fans can also check out the sequel to Breath of the Wild, set to drop in 2022.
Yeah, I looked at this list. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, I might have to check it out because, I mean, I like the Breath of the Wild thing. I think Breath of the Wild is a great game. Best game of all time, not for my money personally, but I can see why it won.
I'm not sure how to say this without potentially getting Showboys canceled. So I'm just going to go with it. You can definitely tell that the poll is performed in Japan by the list of games that are on the top 10.
Yeah, well, here, I mean, yeah, a majority of the games that we play are from Japan, and it's always been that way, and it will probably always be that way. So
yeah, moving along. I think this article and maybe another one will get Jordan all riled up tonight. And this article gives us the 5 best NFT video games. So in case you're still not sure what an NFT is, NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. Once a person owns an NFT, they have exclusive rights to whatever that particular NFT represents. While originally used by artists and other content creators, it has quickly been adapted by the gaming community. Check out the best NFT video games, Axie Infinity, which resembles Pokemon. Thus, all the pets in the game are NFT-based, making them each unique. Splinterlands, a trading card game that is free to play, but you'll need to make a purchase or two of the in-game currency Splinter Shards. Gods Unchained, another free-to-play NFT card game where players need to purchase cards from other players or win matches to gain access to more cards. Crypto Blades, a web-based NFT where players acquire up to 4 characters and gear them up by completing raids. Finally, Bynamon, an adventure-style NFT game where players advance by defeating enemies. However, your first character does need to be purchased. And then I see you got a little note here, Jordan. You want to talk about this?
Yeah. First, when it comes to NFT gaming, there's going to be certain blockchains are going to be the first movers in some of the major AAA style, really really big and beautiful looking games. Mm-hmm. The Solana network is going to have Star Atlas on there. The trading moniker for that is Atlas. It's going to be a game. If you played Star Citizen or heard about Star Citizen, it's going to be set in that idea, except the ships are going to be NFTs, the weapons are going to be NFTs, you can build and customize your ship and sell it on OpenSea for more in-game currency, which has intrinsic value in the crypto realm for other types of assets. It's gonna get crazy, absolutely crazy.
Is that game actually going to release unlike Star Citizen? Is that just going to be in development for like 20 years?
Yeah, I think Star Citizen's probably going to get caught in a couple different undertows if they haven't already from some of their already competitors, but. Star Atlas is, I've seen and heard a lot from different people involved in it, and it's the ideas and the innovation that's going to go into the in-game economy and what it is going to be crazy. And there's going to be some high fantasy games made also for it. And if you're a horror type of fan. The Fear blockchain is going to have a lot of play to earn and NFT based horror games for the blockchain. There's one other thing too I want to add in super quick. This is a particularly cool highlight because we did a whole episode on the Theta network last year.
Right.
And so Samsung's added like a support for their 2022 TV lineup. Their micro LED, the Neo QLED, and the Frame TV ranges are going to all support NFTs, and it's going to include an NFT on-screen marketplace. So Theta still remains number 3 in the overall NFT market cap in crypto. And the idea of that, though, is that we're going to have, the one step closer to having Samsung devices, whether it be a mobile device or a TV, participating in the decentralized video delivery network that Theta offers. And it's going Theta's gonna be a household name. I said it a year ago, and this is
Pump that Theta, baby.
Yep. This is one step closer. I always say, like, I think back then I said like 3 or 4 years, and it's still looking like it.
Nice.
So excitement.
Perfect.
So, we're gonna go on to the next one here. So this is one of my favorite games, Overwatch, but this actually involves Overwatch 2. So Overwatch 2 may have been delayed, but the merchandise has not been delayed. Blizzard recently showed an upcoming Overwatch Lego set. The Lego kit is going to have builders build the Null Sector Titan, which is a mainstay of the Overwatch 2 trailer. The whole set's going to be around about 901 pieces. Why they couldn't make it 900 pieces, nobody knows. But it's going to also allow purchasers to collect 2 minifigures out of the set, Tracer and May. If you're a Lego collector, one of the main reasons you buy a set is the minifigures.
Yeah.
Some people spend $150 just for the minifigures and then sell the pieces on eBay. But the set's going to retail for nearly $90, but there hasn't been an exact release date as of yet. So this is really cool. If you watch the Overwatch 2 trailer, the Null Sector Titan is just the big bad guy who seemingly has the heroes defeated, like May and Winston and Tracer. And I think there's like the local cops or something like that. But then, the other guys come to the rescue. You got Reinhardt and Mercy and Genji. It's just, I hope you guys have watched the trailer. It's a crazy good trailer. And even though all the heat's been all over Blizzard the last year, I'm still freaking excited. So
yeah. I'm curious. $90 is not that expensive for Lego. I feel maybe
it absolutely
like
is not.
Yeah.
When I was reading that right there, I was like, "Oh, holy crap! It's only $90." But I left
yeah,
that out.
Right.
Yeah.
And then my next question is, how did you get to read this? Like, what are the odds of that you would be reading an Overwatch 2 thing?
This is
pure luck.
This is script roulette at its best.
Right.
That's pretty cool. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I got to read that.
Those of you listening, this show is scripted, and we select all these articles ahead of time. And our friend Cody, who you've heard us mention on the show quite a bit, he writes up all of these article summaries for us. And all 3 of us, we each pick a handful of articles each, and then read the write-ups that Cody does. Well, Jordan's filling in for Nick tonight. He's feeling a little under the weather. But yeah, so it's super random that like Jordan gets an Overwatch article. What are the odds?
Super random.
And when Mike says scripted, we just have a script to go off of and play off of. It's not like Laguna Beach script.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. My dry throat and coughing fit.
Yes.
Cody totally wrote it right in there.
Yeah.
You really sold it.
Yeah.
You did.
Thanks,
you did a great job.
I've been practicing.
All right. So on the next idea here, this is just, we're all excited talking about that. And this one just irritates me looking at the headline.
I love it.
Nintendo sues a guy for $25 he made selling a Nintendo 64 on eBay. So Nintendo has declared war on those profiting from their licensed products, including guys like Arnold Wells, who made $25 selling his old Nintendo 64 on eBay. Wells was served a notice to appear in court for an upcoming pretrial hearing, and Wells' position on the matter is understandable. Quote, "I found this thing in the attic and figured it wasn't doing anything good up there, so I listed it online. Is this a problem?" Oh, man, I wish I read that ahead of time.
Yeah.
That was funny. Nintendo, on the other hand, hasn't backed down. They quote Nintendo here. "Here at Nintendo, we are dedicated to maintaining Nintendo's long-established identity."
Douchebags.
Which is complete pricks, yeah. As such, we simply cannot let our players also be the ones buying and selling the units, as well as dictating the prices and terms of sale.
How is this
They're
real life?
psychotic.
So
How
here,
is this real
here.
life?
let me stop you for a second, because yes, this article is absurd, but I can see this happening with new systems, not necessarily an N64 that the dude found in his attic, but
Yes.
stopping and just so you don't get the scalping prices for everything that we're getting now. You know, PS5's going for $1,500 on eBay. That is where,
though, in the same manner, okay, if I walk into a comic book store and I buy a comic book for $5 and then that character is announced in a movie like 8 hours later and I can sell that same book for $50, like,
right,
who is the publisher to say that, hey, you can't sell that book you bought fair and square off me?
Yeah.
That's part of the free market system.
It's true.
It's anyway, so unsurprisingly, the move by Nintendo has been met by jeers and those ascribing its Reedus overstep. Oh my gosh,
that was quite the sentence you had to get through there.
Yeah. And I'm still laughing at his
quote
position. Oh my god! So
found this thing in the attic.
Yeah. It's $25, man. Like,
is that a problem?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing in this entire article is it's $25 that they're going after this poor dude. Like, he didn't even make a good, profit on it.
At least they say it's an egregious overstep, though, right?
Right.
Like, at the end of the article, I mean, they gave 2 fair quotes by both parties, but the article is basically, again, at the end saying it's an egregious overstep, saying that they are indeed nuts.
Yeah. Oh, it's Nintendo, man. We've known this. We talk about this on What's Playing all the time. It's a weird company.
Yep.
It is what it is.
But yet, all these fan-made Pokemon still exist.
Yeah, still cranking them. Yeah, right? What's up with that?
Just downloaded a new one.
I can't sell an N64, but somebody could steal their property and make an entire game out of it.
Yeah.
Axie Infinities is kind of looking left and right like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I got another NFT article for you guys. The developers of Stalker 2 have walked back plans of incorporating NFTs into the game. The plan was met with backlash almost immediately following the December 15th announcement. The developer, by the way, is GSC Game World. The previously mentioned NFT technology has boomed recently, but isn't without controversy and backlash from some fans. In the case of Stalker 2, a majority of fans seem to have taken the NFT news hard and pushed the developers to rethink the idea. Developers originally pushed back, but eventually succumbed to the outspoken public. No NFTs will appear in Stalker 2, which is set to release April 28th.
What is Stalker 1?
The first game.
Oh wait, isn't Stalker like an acronym or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this didn't we talk about this around E3? Was Stalker the new Chernobyl game? Was like, doesn't the second one take place in Chernobyl or something?
It looks like
it,
yeah. I think that was the one because the gameplay they showed was just like 8 minutes of dudes talking around a bonfire, and I was like,
yeah.
Like you could have.
I remember there were
any other gameplay footage to show here.
Yeah, because there were 2 Chernobyl games coming out, Hearts of Chernobyl or something like that, and then this is Hearts of Chernobyl.
Did they mention what they were going to actually use as NFTs in the game? Like, what's the purpose of it?
I don't know. But yeah, the gaming community seems to be very against NFTs and blockchain and all that stuff. I mean, because Discord was planning on incorporating NFTs and that was 2 or 3 months ago. We talked about how fans got outraged, so Discord scrapped that idea. Now we have GSC Game World scrapping their idea. It's just like, come on, guys. You guys
look, I
just don't know what it is.
I'm gonna go on like a 30-40 second tangent here. So everyone that's been in the crypto for like the last 2 or 3 years, it's we've made really cool portfolios based on what we believe are fundamentals and are major parts of the ecosystem that's going to happen. And all we had to do was buy a cartoon ape, and we would have made it.
Right.
I mean, I know a couple of these the Bored Ape Yacht Club guys, and man, they have a lot of money sitting in their avatar, and it's pretty unreal.
Yeah.
But it's all part of like just a wave of what's happening with NFTs, and it kind of rubs people the wrong way with it. But we'll eventually be playing video games. We don't even realize that we're utilizing NFTs.
Right.
When Diablo 3 had a first in-game economy where you could like buy and sell weapons in there, it will eventually be as seamless as that. These weapons will be one of a kind. You can drop it and you can actually sell it for real intrinsic value on the blockchain.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just straight out of Ready Player One, though. That's all I can think of anytime I hear anything about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I've spoken to, I mean, it's scary, man. Like there's you should, like, some of the developers that I've seen and that have these ideas with a lot of the blockchain based AI that's evolving. It's scary stuff, but it's happening and we can't stop it.
Right.
So buy your guns now.
Especially the NFT ones.
You're right. Oh gosh. All right. So the next one we have on the list here, FX announces a premiere date for the season 3 of Atlanta.
Yes, another Jordan article, man. How did you keep getting these, dude?
Really? I have no idea what the show is. But here we go. It was a sarcasm?
Yes.
Maybe a little. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to be sure. I'm like, you guys don't know me.
Hey, don't be embarrassed because I've never heard of the show either. So
okay,
well, you're gonna learn today.
I'm just gonna pretend this is Atlantis now. So after a 3-year wait, fans of the award-winning Atlanta were finally treated to a premiere date for season 3. The 3rd season was originally ordered back in 2018, but Donald Glover's schedule and the pandemic have created scheduling issues that got us to where we are now, waiting for it. The 10-episode season will be available on Hulu beginning on March 24th. So
nice.
After your 3-year wait, it's finally here.
Nick and I have been waiting. Well, obviously, you just read 3 whole years for this. We finally get it.
Right.
March 24th. I'm so excited.
So what, just quickly for the uninitiated, what is the show about?
Okay, so it follows Donald Glover's character and his, I believe, cousin, who's played by shoot, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anyways, he's a rapper and he's like trying to make it as a rapper. And Donald Glover's character eventually kind of like becomes his manager. It's a pretty funny show. And
it's a comedy.
Yes, it is a comedy. It's great.
I might have to check it out because I always enjoy Donald Glover and everything that I see him in. So
yeah, I'm gonna look up who Paperboy is because I know exactly who he is. Just his name is escaping me right now. Slipping your mind there, huh? Yeah.
That is a long time to wait for a new series. That's like Game of Thrones level, longer than Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
And is it a Hulu show?
It's an FX show.
It's an FX show.
Yeah. Brian Tyree Henry. That's what it is. He was recently in Godzilla vs. Kong as the conspiracy podcaster. He was also in, apparently Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He voiced Jefferson Davis. He was also in the Eternals. Let's see. He was Phastos. If you saw the Eternals. But anyways, he's a good actor. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
And Lakeith Stanfield, he's hilarious. He was, you saw Knives Out, yeah?
I have not, unfortunately.
What? Okay, did you see the amazing movie called Sorry to Bother You?
Sorry, I did not.
Okay. All right, well. Okay.
Striking out on all these movies here.
Well, Sorry to Bother You probably was, that was a shot in the dark, but I'm surprised you haven't seen Knives Out. That's a great movie.
I heard it on when I was doing the timestamps, you guys talking about it a couple times, and I was intrigued by it, but we'll see. It's very rare that I get to something I'm intrigued by. So anyway, we're gonna move on here to some MCU news. We're gonna start off with a rumor that Sony is developing a Black Cat and Spider-Gwen movie. So the Spider-Man universe will be expanding. Spider-Gwen and Black Cat may be joining Venom, Morbius, or maybe even Sandman and Rhino in the Spider-Man universe. These new solo projects would star Emma Stone, who played Gwen in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and Anya Taylor-Joy. Stone would have reprised her role as Gwen Stacy, like I said, while Taylor-Joy would play Black Cat in her own potential spinoff. She previously played Magic in the New Mutants. The multiverse would also allow for the return of Gwen Stacy's character, who died in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Spoiler alerts, but if you haven't seen it yet, you're probably not going to go see it. Let's be honest, right? So, yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I'm excited for this. I was waiting for them to maybe fill out these villain movies with a little bit more meaningful villains, because of course Venom's big, but I could care less about Morbius, to be honest. I'm going to see the movie, but Sandman and Rhino would be cool, and I always enjoy anything that Black Cat's in, and I think Emma Stone did a great job as Gwen, so it'd be cool for her to be Spider-Gwen.
Is the Black Cat a villain?
Yeah, she's like...
She's the Catwoman, honestly.
She's the Catwoman, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of weird parallels between Spider-Man and Batman. Like, they both have cat, female, kind of good, kind of bad characters. Like, there's a lot of that, and I noticed it when I started, like, really diving into Spider-Man for the first time in like a decade, that there's a lot of tiebacks. A lot of the villains are similar and everything. So yeah, she's like a Catwoman.
There's a lot of quality tie-ins too that were obviously unintended. They both have some of the best rogue galleries,
right?
You know, you can't just do that. They're very different rogues, and they're very popular rogues.
Yeah.
But Felicia Hardy's actually been always one of my favorite female characters in the Spider comic books,
for sure.
And Black Cat, came out like late 1970s, and Spider-Gwen's like, she's relatively new. We're talking like 2015, 2014 or something with her.
Yeah.
And having them come out together and create and just kind of just pulling those two timelines together, I think there's a lot of opportunity, and they will fit well with each other. I'm excited
definitely.
for it overall. I'm not a big Spider-Gwen fan, but her suit is really cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not really either. I mean, she got a little bit of time into the Spider-Verse. That was really the first time that I think I might have even seen anything with it, including comic books.
Nah.
So,
did they call her Silk in the Spider-Verse or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
She goes by or no, it's not Silk.
I think Silk. Silk's a different character.
Yeah, it is a different character. What is it? What is her name?
Is there one called like Ghost or something?
Spider-Ghost? Is it Spider-Ghost?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
there's like a kids show on Disney Plus that the girls watch occasionally, and there's like a suit, a white spider suit, and it's a girl.
It's Ghost Spider.
Ghost
Spider.
Ghost Spider. Yeah.
Man, that's take my comic book geek card away. It's one of
right.
I'm more of a bronze, copper, silver, golden age fan. A lot of the newer comic books I just can't stand. But there's some good stuff.
Yeah, I can get behind that for most of the characters, but I do enjoy Miles quite a bit, so can't get behind on that one. But moving on here, we're going to stick with some more MCU news. And this one is about Spider-Man No Way Home crossing $1 billion at the box office.
Ew.
So Spider-Man continues to rake in the money. No Way Home had...
Not for Mike. Sorry.
Right, exactly. No Way Home had the third largest opening weekend of all time. Now it's grossed over $1 billion globally, $467 million domestically, and another $587 million from international theaters. It was the first movie to cross the $1 billion mark since the pre-pandemic times with Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. No Way Home has received a lot of positive reviews and will surely pass Far From Home's $1.13 billion to become Sony's highest grossing film. I believe we might be at that point already as of right now, since I think I read something about that today, actually. So I think it has passed Far From Home. Spider-Man No Way Home's round out the trilogy as director John Watts moves on to focusing on the Fantastic Four. And obviously, if you haven't checked it out yet, we have a Patreon exclusive episode where Jordan and I went in depth into the new movie. But yeah, I mean, not shocking here that it got that much money. I mean,
I'd be more shocked if it didn't.
Right? Yeah, definitely. I mean, my theater, I've seen it 3 times now, and my theater was packed all 3 times. So,
like, leave me alone. I just want to be alone.
Yeah, right.
That's impressive. I like that as a fan of the theater, as we talked about above.
Yeah,
Pack
I
those
mean,
seats, bro.
if anything's going to get them out, it's going to be like a Batman movie or a Spider-Man movie. That seems to be.
Mhm.
I was curious. Did they release? I think they did. Did they release Black Widow in theaters?
There was like a
Short run
that
or
was like
something?
an ongoing thing where they kept like pushing the release date back, and I think what they ended up doing was releasing it both, like Disney
Yeah,
and theaters.
because I know that she sued.
Yeah, well, she was thinking about it. No, she actually did. Somebody else was thinking about it.
Yeah, and it seems like
I
they
think it was,
backtracked pretty quick after
yeah,
that.
it was Emma Stone about Cruella.
Oh yeah,
Or at
yeah.
least there
You're
was a
right.
rumor floating around.
And both of them have also sued Blizzard. I'm just kidding. Blizzard's like, what the heck, man? Come on. We know we didn't do this one.
All right, so let's move on here to some more Marvel news. Norman Reedus reignites Ghost Rider speculation.
Norman or Normus Reedon.
Is that what I said?
No.
Oh, okay.
Enormous.
So, The Walking Dead's Norman Reedus confirmed that he would love to play Ghost Rider, and with Marvel Studios reportedly finalizing a deal with a new actor, speculation that Reedus may just get his wish. Reedus himself seems to be backing a fan-driven campaign to get him into the role. His Twitter account has favored various tweets that we were wanting to see him as Ghost Rider, in the Ghost Rider role, rather. Reedus has also worked with the Punisher star, John Bernthal, who appeared in the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead. When approached with the prospect of playing the MCU with John, Reedus stated that it would be great, quote, "It would be great, so I don't know. Call somebody, make it happen, I want to do it," unquote. Ghost Rider was last played by Nicolas Cage in 2011. And I keep meaning to go back and watch this movie because I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's not good, Chad.
It's not good. Yeah, I mean, I figured it wasn't good. Going into a Ghost Rider movie, period, probably wouldn't be good for me because I'm not the biggest fan of Ghost Rider. But then you throw Nicolas Cage in there, and it's just like it's more of a comedy thing to watch.
I like Nicolas Cage. I really do. I just don't know how in the hell that even happened.
Right. Did you
nice.
see his new movie? What's the name of it?
It's something about the talent of something or other.
Yeah, the unbearable. Yeah, it's Nicolas Cage
Yes.
playing Nicolas Cage, and the name of the movie is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
It's amazing.
It's freaking incredible, man.
Yes.
Look,
Gotta love him.
Good double feature: Ghost Rider and Pig.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, now fiance.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. She introduced me to a movie last year called Trapped in Paradise. Have you guys seen it?
No,
I have not.
It's a Nicolas Cage movie. Dana Carvey's in it, and so is John Lovitz. Somehow the 3 of them are brothers, but it makes it even funnier, honestly. But
that sounds awesome.
Watch it next Christmas. That's or just watch it anyway. It's loosely a Christmas movie, and it's funny as hell. So give it a shot.
That's great.
Yeah, you got to give it a shot. And there was one. Oh yeah. So one more thing with Norman Reedus, I'm gonna make the assertion right now. The guess. I'm gonna throw this out there that he will not be playing Johnny Blaze. He'll be playing the '90s Ghost Rider named Danny Ketch. And
there you go.
Yeah, I think that's just I texted all my friends. I'm like, get your Ghost Rider number 1s of that particular character ready. And I'm going with that. That's my 10 rings for this one.
Does Ghost Rider that's my 10 ring. Does Ghost Rider have a lot to do with the Punisher?
Not really. No.
Yeah, so
no,
why
I think they're just saying that, they were together on Walking
just saying
Dead
it,
and
yeah.
could be in the MCU together.
Now, the only thing that could deter my thought is there's a paranormal group that's almost like they're Justice League Dark in Marvel. They're called the Midnight Suns, and Blade and Ghost
Oh
Rider.
yeah. There's a game coming out, Midnight Suns game, that's
really?
either out or coming out relatively soon. Yeah.
Huh.
It's does it have like X-Men in it or something?
I think Wolverine might
Yeah,
have been
Wolverine.
the Midnight Suns.
Yeah. Wolverine, and there was somebody else. I don't know. The game looked okay.
Actually,
it's like it almost gave me like a mobile game vibe to it after I looked into it. It looked sweet in the trailer, but afterwards.
This is throwing me back. I think there's a lot of the Midnight Suns are a lot like the Defenders and a couple other characters. There's a lot of different runs of the team. And the Punisher, I believe, was in one of the newer iterations of the Midnight Suns. And so was Moon Knight. So maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
but going along with that point, I'm not sure if Danny Ketch was part of that team or not, if it was that or Johnny Blaze. But
I'm not sure which one it is. In the game, it's Blade, Iron Man, Wolverine, a female character I don't recognize, and Ghost Rider.
So. Nice. Well, you know what? Danny Ketch was part of the Midnight Suns also, so it could be it's back on the table. Holy chaos! But yeah, that's it's back on the table. It's exciting.
Oh, Magic is the female that I don't recognize, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who will now be Black Cat?
Yes.
So this whole thing is to bring us onto another, believe it or not, MCU article. And it's one that kind of is it's been treading along and rolling around, and everyone's just waiting for the news. But Keanu Reeves gave an update on his talks with Kevin Feige about the MCU rule, and we know that Keanu Reeves has met with Kevin Feige, the Marvel Studios president, and he previously mentioned the affinity to bring on Keanu Reeves to a movie. And this quote is, "Marvel talks to Reeves for almost every film we make." While Reeves confirmed meeting with Feige, he also noted that no project has yet been identified. And he's quoted, "We have met and Kevin is a cool cat. Yeah, but no, we don't have anything. Got to find something." End quote.
Dude, you sound just like him, bro.
I'm also holding like a surfboard and like throwing my head back and forth. So it seems like it's only a matter of time before he joins the MCU, and until then, Keanu Reeves can obviously be seen and found in the most recent Matrix release. So it's pretty cool. I've given a lot of thought as to who in the heck Keanu Reeves could play.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, who do we think that he could play?
Man, he's probably going to play someone crazy like the Fabulous Frogman or something like that. There's so many. It's
going to be the new Tony Stark now that the multiverse is cracked open.
Oh man, that would be awful.
He just comes out and he's just like the surfer version of Tony Stark.
If I had to guess, he'd probably be
just like lays on his back and shoots his like little palm cannons up in the air while he's yelling. He's like, ah!
Yeah. That would be a nice callback to Point Break if he played like Silver Surfer or somebody.
Yeah. Honestly, there's an X-Men villain. He's also an Avengers villain named Graviton. I could see him playing him, and I could definitely see him playing Namor, the Submariner.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was gonna go with, because they are working on an X-Men movie, right? The MCU.
I'm scared to say yes. Yeah.
So I was gonna say, I don't think we've even seen a live action Gambit, have we?
No. In X-Men Wolverine, they did something.
Did they? I haven't seen all the X-Men movies, so I might have missed it. I haven't seen the Wolverine movies outside of Logan, so.
I gotcha. Honestly, he was kind of my actual pick for Moon Knight. That didn't happen, obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think I like the casting on Moon Knight, though. We'll see how it pans out.
It feels right.
It does.
He was also Keanu Reeves was also my early Doctor Strange hope as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
It didn't happen. Spoiler alert.
I could see him. I'd like to see. There's really only one pick for me for Craven, and that's Jason Momoa. I think would play an awesome Craven, but I could see him playing Craven too.
Yeah.
If that ever happens,
he could play that bastard sinister smile leaning back on the throne, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I could see it. So a piece of non-MCU news: Dwayne Johnson will not be in Fast and the Furious 10. Dwayne Johnson is a hard no on joining the Fast and the Furious 10. Vin Diesel recently made a public push to get Johnson on board, and the push failed and ultimately seems to have further soured Johnson. Quoting, "I told Diesel directly that I would not be returning to the franchise. I was firm yet cordial with my words and said that I would always be supportive of the cast and always root for the franchise to be successful, but that there is no chance that I would return." Vin's recent public post was an example of his manipulation. "I didn't like that he brought up his children in the post, as well as Paul Walker's death. Leave them out of it. We had spoken months ago about this, and it came to a clear understanding." End quote. While Johnson's time with the franchise is over, we'll have to see if this retort ends the public spat with Diesel. I am going to guess it will because of the managers.
I think they should settle this in a
fight to
Logan
the death.
Paul, Jake Paul type, boxing match. Just have Jake Paul with his next contestant be like the main card, and then this can be like the co-main.
Yeah,
Dwayne Johnson.
Dude, Diesel would get decimated.
Yeah,
he would get decimated. I mean,
the
Rock makes him look like a little kid next to him.
The Rock would pop Vin Diesel like a zit.
Yeah.
Vin would just be like, family, man.
Yeah.
Or just be like,
he's a full body cast, but family. If they want to handle like real men, they'll each create a D&D character and go separate ways in a dungeon and see who comes out the end.
While wielding their NFTs.
Yeah, right.
All right. Let's move on to some more Keanu Reeves news here. John Wick Chapter 4 gets a new 2023 release date. So John Wick 4 Hagakure, I'm going to go with, will now be released on March 24th of 2023. The fourth installment was originally going to arrive on Memorial Day weekend of 2022, but was pushed back to make room for Tom Cruise's film Top Gun Maverick, which has been sitting on the shelf for an obnoxious amount of time at this point. The film is being directed by Chad Stefanski and will be written by... Did I mess that name up?
Yeah.
What is it?
Stileski. But, the Browns are on, so I see the Stefanski.
Stefanski, that's where that came from. Yeah, so whatever. Chad. The other Chad. The not so cool.
Spelled wrong if it's Stileski, right? That's because it doesn't say
Stileski.
It doesn't say, yeah. That
doesn't say. I can't even say. It doesn't say
Stileski. I know that he's directing a Ghost of Tsushima movie, which I'm so freaking excited for because if anybody can nail it. I love these John Wick movies. I don't know if you guys do or not.
Haven't had the chance.
Oh, you need to.
John Wick?
Yeah.
They're pretty good. Dude, I have a thing with killing animals in movies.
Yeah, I'm the same
so
way.
It's not
like
exactly
a serial killer, Jordan.
It's not exactly my favorite movie.
Right. Yeah, I really enjoy the kind of world building they do in these movies, like the secret underground stuff that they have going on. It's just super cool. So anyway, there is an announcement video for the release, which you can check out, but no story details have been released so far. I don't even know that maybe in that trailer they announced the subtitle to the movie. I know that there were a couple leaked photos of like t-shirts people got on the set that had that, and I think it's like a book, a samurai book, like a warrior book or something. I don't know. I was looking into it because it sounded Japanese to me. So, but anyway, that sucks because I was excited for that movie coming out this year, but everything's getting delayed, so we might as well just tuck in and get used to it at this point and move on.
Yep.
So, moving on to some Netflix news. Squid Games talking about season 3 with Netflix. As quickly as we can confirm season 2 of Squid Games was in the works, it appears season 3 may be on its way too. Squid Game creator stated that he's in talks with Netflix about a potential season 3 of the massively popular series. The creator has discussed the pressure he's under to create an equally beloved second season, so one can only imagine that the pressure will only increase as he agrees to not just 1 but 2 more seasons. No new story details have been offered up, but the show's creator was receptive to using a writer's room and bringing on multiple experienced directors.
That
I'm here
doesn't give
for it.
me very much confidence.
Yeah, right.
In this past season 1, if he's just like wetting the bed that
Yeah.
there's a second season, let alone a third season.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean, here, anybody that's seen the show, he knew that it was going to, they set it up to pick up for another season. So he knew it was coming. He's just, it's got to be a lot of weight to have something like a first season of a show do really good. And then you're like, oh man, I got to really step it up for season 2. But
right.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst mindsets you can have. Like if you're in music and you release like a hit album, you're like, oh crap. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
Exactly. Like all of a sudden they want results.
Right.
And one of the best thing you can do is just continue on without thinking about how good it was, and just
just make your story, man.
Just make your story happen. Yeah, that's the best advice.
We should have him on the show and just talk him down,
calm him down a little.
Just he's like the little person's like just constantly moving because he's breathing so hard because he's just so nervous. Yeah, good luck to him. I didn't like season 1, so
you didn't. Interesting. Wow.
No,
okay.
I just thought it was weird.
Yeah, what's here? I'm right. I agree with you 100%. It's
uncomfortably weird.
It's uncomfortably weird, but I don't know. It's just itched an itch that I didn't know I had. Like that weird Jap. It gave me even though it's
you're
Korean,
one of the weird things I'm talking about, Chad.
Yeah. Even though it's a Korean show, it gave me major Japanese vibes. There's even been a couple games that I've played that were similar to it in setup. So I don't know. I really liked it.
There's now listen, I'm gonna like there's been some fun Fortnite custom made maps based on it and Minecraft.
Yeah.
A lot of games have taken it to their sandbox and made some crazy stuff out of it.
For sure.
But it's definitely one of those things, like as we see the virtual realities and the meta space coming forward, that we might be able to partake in that, like in a Second Life, which is terrifying.
Absolutely.
Have you guys ever been in VR before? Have you ever had the goggles on, like immersed in the game?
I just tried out Beat Saber for the first time over the weekend.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the only thing that I've ever done is the Star Wars Battlefront demo they had at Best Buy.
Okay.
But outside of that, no, I was just playing Star Wars Squadrons before I came down here, and I was it gave me an itch to get a VR headset to play it with, because it's not a very good game outside of having a VR headset.
There's certain VR games that mess with my equilibrium, and I have a hard time recuperating afterwards.
Right.
But with that said, I've been in some scary places, like buildings in my life, and I've actually played VR games that scared me worse than that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
There's some terror. There's one game called Emily Wants to Play. It's terrifying. You're immersed in it. We'll play at a party and stuff, and we get to see what the person with the headset sees on.
Yeah.
And you're watching what they're seeing, and you're still scared. You got whiskey and beer and popcorn, and everyone's around you. There's so many fun things coming. People are going to be gamers, and they're not even gamers right now. They're just going to be partaking in this stuff.
Yeah, it's going to have a Wii effect to it, probably.
Yep, it is. It's just going to pull people right in.
Yeah, I need to get one. I know that we're running a little long here, but I got to tell my VR story real quick. So the entire reason that I went to Best Buy to do this demo was to see if it would make me sick, because I get sick from some video games, honestly, that make me motion sick all of a sudden within the last 2 years. So I sat down in the thing, and it was Star Wars Battlefront, where you're flying an X-Wing around. And there's a guy there, like a sales guy standing there with you. And I literally got in the X-Wing and was just doing like barrel rolls over and over and over and over and over. And the guy's like, hey, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to make myself sick. And he was like, why? Just like that, just so casual. Why? I was like, because I don't want to spend $400 on it if it's going to make me sick. So he's like, oh, okay.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
so
all right, see you later, sissy. Yeah. Like, we didn't know we had Princess Leia piloting this. Yeah, that's cool. So, speaking of just games and the universes that they're just enthralled in.
And cool.
You may have heard about League of Legends and a TV show that was released called Arcane. This is based on that particular. Yes, it is. Okay. I want to be sure.
Like, no, it's actually Dota.
Yeah. I was like, no. I was like, Arcane complained to a lot of things. So Silco's voice actor, Jinx, is a perfect embodiment of what Zahn is to Silco. Arcane has become one of the most viewed shows in countless countries, despite not having a playable counterpart in League of Legends. They have the acronym there. Didn't get me, though. Silco has become one of the favorite characters. The character's voice actor, Jason Spizak?
Yeah, sure.
You get the point.
Spice Sack?
Yeah, you don't know either. No, we'll go with Spizak. Offers some insight into Silco. Spizak says that Silco is just a hero of a different story told from a different perspective. The character is morally dubious, and he seeks to tackle the vast wealth gap while also pumping shimmer throughout the Undercity. Giggity. Spizak went on to say that Silco genuinely cares for Jinx, and she is, quote, the perfect embodiment of what Zahn is, end quote, in the eyes of Silco. Overall, Silco is a complex character who may be viewed one way or another by different fans.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Have you seen Arcane?
No, but it didn't sound like I did it?
It sounds like it's probably your favorite show.
Yeah.
That you've ever seen in your lifetime. That's what I was getting from.
So Silco, I can only assume, is a major corporation in the universe, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they never mind. That's Silphco in Pokemon. Anyways, no, Silco's like the like one of the main bad guys.
Yeah, he's got a stank eye too, from what I can see.
He does, yeah. But yeah, like the article says, it's a great character, and just as good storytelling does. Everyone thinks they're the hero of their own story. Yeah, combining hero and story comes out really weird.
What is now? Okay, hold on. Before I say this, I probably know what it is, but how would you define pumping shimmer? Who is Shimmer?
Pumping Shimmer.
And is she hot? Sorry.
Shimmer is a drug, and he's slinging shimmer in the Undercity of Zahn. So yeah.
If you guys created a drug, would you call it Shimmer?
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't. I mean, I think of like Pop Rocks, Skittles. Shimmer just sounds like it's like a type of rock candy. I get it now.
Hey, there you go. That's quite a roller coaster of emotions there.
I get it.
But yeah, I'd have to agree with the voice actor here. Jinx kind of does encapsulate most of what Zahn is as a city. It's just beautiful chaos. And if you haven't seen that show, I highly recommend it. And I know Nick also highly recommends it. It's one of the best shows I watched in 2021, hands down. But we got two last articles here for you guys, covering some new trailers that came out. Both of these were actually super good. The first one being a new sci-fi western from the beautiful mind of George R.R. Martin. Yeah, he's working on something other than the Song of Ice and Fire series. The first teaser for Night of the Cooters has dropped.
Come on, man.
Dude,
No way. That's the name of it,
that's the
right?
name
Thank
of
you
it.
for
And
not
the
giving me the
trailer is
kidding.
awesome.
You're
I'm not
kidding.
even reading it. I'm still bombing it somehow.
Yeah. The sci-fi western is based on the 1987 novel by Howard Waldrop. Excitingly, Vincent D'Onofrio will be starring in the production as Sheriff Lindley. The film will be presented in Trioscope, which blends live action with animation techniques. The story revolves around people of a small town in Texas and their quest to figure out what's going on in the big hole at the edge of town.
This can't be real, right?
This is so
can't be
real.
This cannot be real.
It is. No release date has been provided, but no. Martin, being a liar and a bad judge of release times, he believes the film will be completed by February or March. But yes, this movie is actually called Night of the Cooters, and yes, they are trying to discover what's going on in the big hole
on the edge of town. So, okay,
but really, you should watch the trailer because this live action animation blend is so cool.
I was going to ask, does it show off a lot in the trailer, or is it just like a little short teaser?
It is a teaser, but it's like maybe a minute and a half or so. But you definitely get plenty of scenes using this live action animation. It's really cool. I think there's no cooters, but definitely Vincent D'Onofrio. I think there's a show on Prime.
Isn't that one the same?
Hulu, that uses this live action animation blend, and it's just a really
I'll have to check it out because I really enjoyed all the Blu-rays and you can find them on YouTube too. All the Blu-rays of Game of Thrones came with like animated things, like kind of filling out some backstories, like past wars and stuff, and they were super cool. So if it's anything close to that,
and all those shorts are actually consolidated into an animated movie too.
Oh, are they?
A slight, I guess not animated movie, almost like a stop motion.
Yeah, they're like,
yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but that's
I used to love those. They're super relaxing to fall asleep to too, because all the voice actors do all the voicing in it, and some of their voices are just very relaxing. Actually, the guy that plays Bronn in Game of Thrones does a thing for the Calm app where he like reads you a bedtime story. And I thought it was so funny because he was doing it for years before that for me with his Game of Thrones animated stuff that he was doing. So I must not be the only one who thought his voice was very relaxing.
Yeah. Quick update. I'm on episode 4, I think, of Game of Thrones. Finally started it, Chad.
Finally.
You'd be proud?
I'm very proud. I can't wait. You got to get through the first season. Just do it. Buckle down.
Oh, it gets so much better. So far.
Yeah, it gets so much better after
the first season, it must have been Bronn's voice the whole time because I slept through her whole first season.
Yeah, it's rough. The first season is not good the first time you watch it, but after you watch the entire series and you go back and watch the first season, it's kind of nice. It's like the simpler times in Game of Thrones.
I just imagine, Jordan, I found a video of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, but every note is a C.
Oh God!
I listened to the whole thing, and it sounds exactly how you think it would. And I just imagined every character being voiced by that guy.
That's amazing.
That's immediately what I thought of.
So, just with Game of Thrones for a second, my two favorite characters was Bronn was my second favorite character.
Yeah.
My first favorite character, can you guess?
Tyrion.
No, it's a good guess, but it's Jorah.
Oh yeah, Jorah. Yeah, I dig Jorah. I think, Bronn's up there for me, but my favorite is probably Tyrion at the end of the day. Outside of the Night King. Night King's like my top favorite of all time. So,
well, I gotta show you that Funkoverse game a little bit. You could be the Night King in it. Well, I'll send a picture.
Man.
Oh, hey, I do have the Game of Thrones Funkoverse too.
Yep.
And that one's not in Spanish.
Chad, and Funkoverse, you could literally be the Kool-Aid Man teamed up with, let's just say, Blair from the Golden Girls and the Night King. Versus Batman, Doc, and Rick from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Fantastic.
Except not with mine because it's in Spanish. Long story.
Mike
and
cut a couple of corners on his purchase, and he's
Apparently.
hey, it's what you get when you order stuff off of deepdiscount.com for $7.
Oh, it's good.
I don't want to talk about it. It's a cool collector's item. But lastly, here, rounding out the episode, another trailer. And this movie looks so dope. I'm so excited for it. The upcoming film, The Northman, has released its first trailer. The Viking revenge film is written and directed by Robert Eggers, who did The Witch and The Lighthouse, and stars Alexander Skarsgård as Viking Prince, Nicole Kidman, and Anya Taylor-Joy. The trailer can be described as brutal, following Skarsgård's character as he seeks revenge for his father's murder in 10th century Iceland. The film will be released on April 22nd in select theaters. And yes, please watch this trailer. It looks so good. I love Viking stuff. And this is going to scratch that itch for me that hasn't been scratched since the last season of The Last Kingdom came out, which was a little while ago.
I dug that show. I think I watched the first season of that show. And then I tried to get into Vikings, and I just my issue now at this point is that everything gets compared back to Game of Thrones, unfortunately. So maybe if I watched it before that, I would have been more into it. But
okay,
I assume that Nicole Kidman will be reprising her role as Lucille Ball in The Northman.
Yeah, exactly. Nailed it.
I'll have to check out the trailer.
Yeah, I'm gonna check both of these out when we get off air because I'm super intrigued by the cooter hole, and this Viking one's got me interested too. So
be careful what you Google on that one.
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't recommend
Googling Night of the Cooter.
Hole.
Yeah,
or sci-fi cooter.
Yeah.
They might get a
Western cooter. I don't know. Anyways,
so you know what? Once again, thanks for joining us. I had a good time filling in for Nick on this one, and we really hope you found this both entertaining and informative. That's the purpose of these newscasts. Just please remember to like, share, subscribe everywhere you consume our content. You can find all the places we publish our content on our link.tree,
which is linktr.ee/showboyspodcast. Be sure to join our Discord server and become a member of the Showboys community to hang out with the Showboys staff and other listeners, as well as get some cool perks, such as being able to see all the articles we had to choose from for this episode of the newscast, but weren't able to squeeze in the episode. All the article links covered in this episode will be available on Discord. And let me tell you, I found a new, shoot, I don't know the word. Process. There we go. A new process for gathering these articles. And the last several newscasts, there have been like
an abundance,
40 or 50 articles to choose from. So there's a lot that gets left out of these episodes. So please, we always post our little article log in Discord that has all of the articles there. Feel free to check those out and see all the other rumors and news articles that are floating around out there, because there's a lot.
So if you have anything you would like us to cover in more detail or include in a future episode, please comment where available. Email us at showboyspodcast@gmail.com or join us in the Showboys Discord for all the community action.
Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you Thursday at 9 p.m. right here for the usual Showboys podcast. You guys have a great night.